Republican negotiators have been talking a lot on the Hill. One of the concerns that they've raised is that the White House negotiators have not been empowered by the White House. They say Young and Ricchetti are talented and that they work hard, but felt that they were being hamstrung by the White House. Can you speak to that and whether the White House negotiators are being empowered by the White House?
They're absolutely empowered. This is a team that the president selected himself. These are long-term advisors, advisors to the president. If you think about Steve Ricchetti, if you think about Louisa, who've been around him since he's been senator, and you think about Shalanda Young, the OMB director, who has had an impressive history working on the Hill and also here working for the president. These are talented, extremely talented and experienced individuals who are now part of this negotiation team for the president on the budget, and the president trusts them and really believes that they can get the work done. And so, look, negotiations, the way that we see them, remain productive. As you know, they are meeting right now at OMB with the House negotiators. There are always going to be disagreements, right? And I said this yesterday. I kind of went into how negotiations work. It is a democracy in action, right? No one is going to get everything that they want. That's something that when you negotiate, you have to understand. And so, look, the big and important thing is that we are talking. That's part of negotiation, is talking, and the talks continue. And we believe that there is still an opportunity here to get to a bipartisan, reasonable bipartisan agreement that Republicans and Democrats in the House and the Senate can move forward with.
Can I also ask you about essentially the lack of a significant market reaction to these talks? There are analysts out there who feel that a market reaction could actually serve as kind of a forcing mechanism to move the sides closer together. My question is, has the lack of a market activity maybe hurt your efforts, maybe hurt the White House's bargaining position, negotiating position?
So I'll say this, I got to be very careful as we're talking about the markets here. I'm not going to speak about the markets reacting or moving. That is not something I'm going to do from here. What I know and what we believe is that the American people, they understand what's going on. They understand what's at stake. And so what we are going to do is focus on them. That is the most important thing here, making sure that American families get what they need, right, to make the ends meet as they think about what is it that there is needed in their household, right? Having those conversations, those really important conversations that many American families have almost every month, if some of them even more. And so that is our focus. We know. I just read out what could potentially happen. What could potentially happen if we default? Millions of jobs, trigger a recession. We can't allow that to happen. This is why we're continuing to have these conversations. This is why the president has been very firm on how Congress needs to do their job and deal with the debt limit.
But isn't the lack of a reaction representative that Americans aren't as concerned as to the things that you're laying out?
I appreciate the question. I'm just not going to speak to the market. That is not something I'm going to do from here, from this podium. And what I'm going to speak to is what we're going to do, what we know would be catastrophic to our economy, what would be catastrophic to American families. And that's why the president has been very, very clear on this. He has held the line on this for a couple of months, which is Congress needs to act. They need to deal with the debt limit, just like they have done 78 times since 1960.